So I just got a call asking to fill in for a drummer with my buddy's band at a wedding on Saturday. And only have to learn 65 songs. Pretty chill. I'll follow up. So luckily the band leader has kindly organized all the songs into a Spotify playlist. So I'm going to sit here at the E-drums and just kind of start working through them. I'm going to take this undertaking as an opportunity to document some of this process. So check the story as I update throughout the week leading up till Saturday on what I'm doing to learn only 65 songs. Alright, it's 3:15 a.m., made it through about 40-something songs. Was familiar with some of them, but just touching up on the grooves and some of the overall structure of the set. Tomorrow I'll hit the other 20 and then really start taking notes on the nuances and some of the little bits. Alright, so I'm looking back over the song list here and just trying to look at everything and just remember stuff just out of my head. How it starts, how it ends, little moves, any particular weirdnesses with the groove or foot patterns. It's nice to have the songs organized into the order that we're going to be playing them, but one of the things I always do when I try to learn a lot of material is to reverse and just switch up the order and just make it so no matter what, I can hear the beginning of a song and know its name, or hear the name and know the beginning. So I'm going to play the other 20-something that I didn't get to last night and then try to kind of just look over the whole thing and pick out which ones are the ones that I'm definitely going to need to address a little extra, and then which ones I pretty much have down pat. Alright, so I made it through all the songs, feel pretty good about it all. Definitely a couple with some tricks that I'll need to clarify if we're going to do those exactly the way the records go, but overall feel good about it. Going to listen to them a lot as I drive to Boston to play a show tonight at the Rising Bar. So on my drive to Boston, I re-listened to a bunch of the stuff. It's funny how songs that you've heard a million times are much different and nuanced when you try to learn them for the first time, but after listening to some of them, I had to just take a break and listen to a podcast. We're going to run a couple of the songs from that tonight with the band I'm playing with here at the Rising Bar in Cambridge. So come on out. It starts at 10. It's free. Alright, so today I'm going through this list with the notes on it. Working on medleys. Last day on the E-kit and got the pad integrated here. And then tomorrow I'll be rehearsing on the kit that I'm going to use for the show. Here's a quick little rundown of how I'm hooking this whole rig up together. First off, I got the SPD-SX with all the little samples labeled per pad so I can just know which ones they are easily that way. So to hear the pad and the phone with the Spotify playlist on it, I run them both into a splitter, and then I'm going to send that into the headphone input of the E-drums so I can hear the phone and the pad coming through my ears with the E-drums all in them. Alright, it's 3:30 again, and I just played through all the songs, but was going back over certain ones if I felt like I needed to do them again, so really kind of touched on some of the nuances and some of the parts that I just needed to internalize. Feeling good about that. I took some notes on the set list, made a little notation to the side for some of the kick drum patterns, or little notes depending on what we were going to do that might have been different or specific to a medley, so trying to do that from memory. Going to play them through again tomorrow and try to double check on any notes or little things that I should write to remind myself of some stuff, and also going to practice on the actual kit I'm bringing to the show and not the E-drums. One piece of advice that I'll give that I'm just always reminded of when I try to learn material like this is don't just count bars, don't just know the beats like that. Obviously know that, but make sure that you're remembering the arrangements based on the chords and the words and things like that. I feel like learning in that way, not only makes you remember better and connect to the song itself more, but makes you listen and be more present with the people you're playing with. And also maybe you'll hear something in the song you didn't realize was there and appreciate it a little more too. And I guess one more thing in relation to the last thing I said is also try to just find something in every song that's fun or challenging that you look forward to trying to play and really get right, because that'll even make a shitty song fun to play. Alright, here's the kit that I'm going to be using for the show. It's a Gretsch Renown Maple, and then using my Yamaha Dave Weckl signature snare, and of course some Zildjian Special Dry Crash, Constantinople. So today I'm just going back over all the songs in order, and now that I'm playing the real kit, trying to focus on some of the stuff that I couldn't do with the E-kit, which is tonally where I'm using brushes or dynamics that I have to adjust for playing on a real kit. So because of that, I'm adding different notes that aren't as much notation, but things related to that or certain song moves. I'll be adjusting some stuff on the pad later and making more patches that have different snares on the E snare too. Alright, so today's my last day to rehearse on my own, so I'm just going back through everything and had a little minor change to the set list, so kind of orienting myself with that new order and just internalizing some of the weird kick patterns in like the early 90s hip-hop stuff. So it's definitely got to the point where at any time where I'm not playing one of these songs or rehearsing any of them, I'm hearing at least one of them stuck in my head and able to identify which song it is and really hearing it just from my own brain only, which is good. Another thing that I'm reminded of when I cram tons of tunes like this is that when your brain becomes so absorbent of the material you're learning, it also becomes absorbent of almost everything else, and random things you read or see on TV you just remember. But you remember them in a different way, and just it's hard to explain the phenomenon, but it's just a different level of retention for all the things that you experience, which is great, and I feel like it just turns your brain on to a higher level, which is fun. It's definitely been a little weird each night when I'm done rehearsing how wired my brain is and how long it takes to turn off, which has definitely been affecting my sleep schedule, which some of you may know is already a little wacky, but it's just the name of the game, and this is the life we live when we take these challenges on. So I guess my plan now is to just get through the rest of the set and then maybe just once again hone in on a couple songs that I just really need to know I have down 100%. And then I'm going to get ready and go DJ at Allium in Great Barrington tonight at 11. Just driving around, listening to some of the songs, and, there's always one gem that really stands out in the whole playlist, and I just got to give it up for this one right here. Alright, it's the day of the show. I DJ'd till about 2 a.m. last night, but feeling okay. Feeling confident in the material, and just worried about how long these songs will be stuck in my head after the show's over. So I'm in a suit now, and it has rain on it, but I just discussed the whole set with the band leader and went over some of the little band-specific arrangement stuff that they do that I couldn't rehearse while playing the tracks, but it all is straightforward and makes sense. Alright, here we go. Showtime is in a few. I'm going to switch over to the other camera and get the whole show on tape. Touch base after. Wish me luck.
And everyone and those who can, if you can please rise to your feet. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce, for the first time ever, the newlyweds, Lee and Johnny. On a cloudy day.
right, first set is done. Felt pretty good. Definitely some order changes to some of the songs and just a lot of people in the band to pay attention to for cues and stuff. But I think overall, I'm pretty damn satisfied, and I hope they are too. Set 2 coming up. Alright, y'all. Did it. Played the show. Loaded out. About to head home. Seemed like the band was pretty happy and the crowd was digging it. We didn't play everything that I had to learn, but the ones we did went over. And, you know, sometimes you miss a little something here and there when you learn 65 songs in 5 days, but it's okay. So that pretty much wraps up my only 65 songs thing. Thanks everybody who's watched any or all of this. I'll add some of the live footage that I got tonight into this and then make one long video with the whole story and put it up on my YouTube soon. And also I'm going to post the entire song list up with the video when I put that up so that everyone can see all the songs I had to learn. That seems to wrap up my only 65 song story, so thanks y'all for watching and paying attention. Hopefully you learned something and enjoyed. Peace.